Hi guys, welcome back. So if you remember from my last video, we kind of talked a little bit about Pantone colors and just the basic background information that you need to know to kind of set yourself up to use Pantone colors. And in that video, I also briefly mentioned about Pantone Connect, which is Pantone's digital version of their colors. So this is very helpful for graphic designers as, we're always on the screen and seeing everything digitally, so this is pretty helpful, especially when you're designing things on Illustrator, Photoshop, and all that kind of stuff. So today I'm just going to kind of show you guys a little bit around the website and how to use it basically. So just stepping in right here, this is what you're typically going to see when you log in. You're going to be right there on that pick tab. And right here you can see not many colors. And if you remember in that last video, I kind of showed you all like the Pantone booklets, and there was one that had like a lot of colors, like it was very thick. And that one was the coded and uncoded. But right now I'm going to put for the uncoded. And as you can see, a lot of colors appear, which is, representative of that physical book that I had, and it had all those colors. So you can see physical, digital, all the colors are still here. And as we click in right here, if you click on a color, you can see all these different options that you have. So you can either add it to a palette, you can even remove it from the palette if you're not into it. You can see all the color data on it, so just kind of like the codes and the formulas. We can see the different shades of the color. You can see the harmonies, even cross reference if you're like really indecisive about which color to go with, or your client is very like picky with which color they want. This could be very helpful in deciding that. I think the shades and the harmonies feature can also be helpful if you want to create like a specific color palette. Going back here, you can also look at your color full screen. If you want to look at it full screen, you can look at your color, or actually, you could buy the physical copy of the color. So maybe if you want like the physical copy, you want to like see it just like in person to see how it prints out on paper. You can do that right here. It just like takes you to their website basically to go purchase it. You can see very expensive. Clicking out of here. So yeah, let's just like make a color palette right now. So I'm gonna title it Barbie. If I could spell Barbie, perfect. And I'm gonna just start clicking all the pink colors I see and that I think fits the Barbie aesthetic. So I'm over here just creating my color palette. Okay, I feel like that's enough colors. So now that I have my palette here and I like it, I'm gonna save it. Once I save it, I can download it as an image if I want. So these are like the various ways that you can have it downloaded. And this is probably helpful if you are working with others and you want them to kind of get an idea of like what kind of color palette you're creating, or if you have like a client and you want to like show them the color palettes ideas that you were thinking of, this could be helpful. Right here, we can see all the data of the colors, or I like to think of this as kind of like the scientific uh, things behind the colors. So that's just like the basic list, the hue distribution, so kind of like where they sit on like the color scale. We have luminance map, color blind simulation. That's pretty cool. View as a gradient, the different color combos you can go with, and how the colors look behind like a white background and like a black background. I think that's all very helpful when like deciding on what colors to use for your project. And over here, you can add an email if you want to just like share it with someone digitally like that. And then over here, if you want, you can clear all of the colors out and maybe just like, start from scratch again. Or you could just create a new palette and you just start the process over. So that's the basic uh, how you work the pick tab. Over here, when you go to extract, I'm just going to type in an image from Adobe Stock, and here you can also kind of click which library you want to go with. I'm just going to stick with the uncoded though, since there's like so many colors on that. And I'm going to create a new color palette. titled Dog. And basically, this will help if you maybe already have like a project made, but you want to like transfer it to Pantone, or you just like get any idea out there. Just click here, add to palette. And yeah, you can just like create a color palette based on any image that you want a color palette on. So just like that, you have your color palette made from an image. Pretty cool. Or this could also work like, let's say, I don't know, you like the color of like a package and you take a picture of it in the store. You can upload it here and find the Pantone color for it. So that's cool. Convert. So right here we have all like the different kind of codes that you can use for colors, and whatever code you put in here. I actually have this one in here. It's from NSU's brand colors. So I'm going to see what is the closest Pantone color we can get to that. So as you can see right here, like that's the original color. She already has the Pantone there. But let's say we didn't know that. Right here it shows you all the different variations that you can get, and it shows you right here like kind of like the alternative. So that's pretty cool. We have measure. I'm going to show this like a little bit later just because I need to use the app to show you this. So we'll get back to this tab. Over here, color story. I think this one is pretty good if you already have like an established mood board of your project. So let's just make one real quick. I'm going to choose this format. We're going to search in Adobe. Maybe let's try Barbie. Let's see if we can find Barbie stuff. Okay, this is cute. Let's see. We'll add this one, and we'll add one more. And let's just do this one. Okay. So once you have kind of like your mood board established, we can go ahead and extract the colors, and the Pantone Connect, it just kind of like randomly distributes like the little color circles, but you can kind of place them like wherever you want. Especially if there's like a specific color that you wanted to include, you can just go ahead and like move it around yourself. So let's say, okay, I like that. You can go ahead, add all to palette, and then you could just title it like Barbie Project. I don't know why I can't spell Barbie. Project 2. And then you can just go ahead and save that. And you could do all the other things like download it or share it with someone. And for the color insider, right here, this is just like basically like a tab just like full of articles that people write. So I think it's cool if you want to like learn more about like Pantone or just colors in general. And you could even like learn about like specific artists who do cool stuff. Yeah, I think it's a cool thing. And another thing that you can do, you can like save this. Maybe you want to like read it later, or if you like really like the article, you want to save it, press save. You can even share it. It even tells you like how long it is to read it, when it came out, who it's written by. And there's just like different tabs right here. So if you want to look at more like the educational stuff, you'll click on like the educational tab. Topical tab. We have macro trend, probably like what's trending and stuff. I think that's pretty cool, especially if you're, want to get ahead of like the trend and stuff for your designs, and ahead of the trends, and incorporate that within your packaging and stuff, or whatever you're doing. I think that's cool. And over here last, we have color insider data. I think this is like a bit finicky. So I'm not sure like how well it works, to be honest. It was working fine for me the other day, but today when I want to record this, it's not working that well. But you can do by country, region, specific country or specific region, whichever you choose. And you can click a different scale. So let's say we wanted to see like the metallics. It will show you the most popular used metallics in the last, it says right here, 7 days. Where you can also like look at the trending colors yearly, quarterly, hourly, chase a year. You can change the industry you're looking at, and you can even change your color book that you're looking at. So let's go back to uncoded. I mean, let's try for 2024. Like, let's see like the most popular colors in 2024. Usually it's also supposed to like pop up real nice here where it'll like show like exactly where the popular color was. So for example, like Florida would be like all orange, but I don't know, it's not working. But yeah, here you can see all the popular colors in 2024 from the uncoded, and it was using graphics. Here it's also supposed to show you like the number of users, like how many people use that specific color. But like I said, not working, unfortunately. So in the end, we can go to our dashboard right here, and it'll just kind of give us everything that we've been working on. So we can look at all our palettes that we made just now. Down here, it just has like their own like mini tutorial videos. We have the color story, so it'll show us our mood board that we were working on and the article that we saved for later. But yeah, this is just like the basic overview of Pantone Connect. And then next, I just kind of want to show you guys how to use Pantone Connect within Illustrator. So we'll get to that. Okay, so I have Adobe Illustrator open up over here. And as you can see on this sidebar right here, I have my Pantone Connect already installed into my Illustrator. And how I was able to do that, I first went to Adobe Creative Cloud, and I then just typed in Pantone Connect, installed it through there. And then how I was able to actually open up the extension on Illustrator, I first went to like the Windows tab up at the top there, and then you'll find the extensions button, click that, and then you should find Pantone Connect in there. Once you click that, it will be installed here. And then I just kind of like set up my workspace right here so I can have my swatches and Pantone colors kind of like easy to see. So let me just arrange that a little bit better. Okay, and as you can see, the Pantone Connect extension looks pretty identical to the web version. And what I just want to show you guys right now is how to kind of transfer like your CMYK colors that you might have made on Illustrator with your design, how to change those CMYK colors into Pantone colors. So I'll show you right now real quick. The colors that I have in this design right here, they're CMYK. You can tell right there. This one, CMYK. So if I want to change this to Pantone colors, I like to say that there's two ways to do this. So one way is you can go in on your own and let's see, like what's the best color from my own eye that looks pretty identical. Honestly, this one looks pretty good. So I can click on that and you can kind of see it changed it. I'll change it to like a more drastic color just so you can see. But any like kind of color that you click on the Pantone extension side, it will transfer over to your Illustrator. So I'm going to go ahead with this purple right here. And since I'm pretty happy with that, I'm going to add it to my swatch. And then when I do that, click over here, go back to my swatches, and you can see right here that this one looks a bit different from the rest, and that's because it has that white triangle with that black dot right there that kind of symbolizes that that is a Pantone color. And then when I go back to the color mixer, I can see it's no longer CMYK, it's now Pantone. And then we could just kind of compare that with this yellow right here, how that one is still CMYK. And that color does not have the white triangle with the black dot. So let's say we want to do the same for this one. I'll just go ahead and pick this orange right here. I'm fine with that. Go back to those three black dots, add to swatch, go over here and click that one right there. You can even see it says like the Pantone with like the code and stuff. So that's another way that you can tell. And right there, Pantone. Okay. So that is one way that we can add Pantone colors. Another way, let me just make sure this is all CMYK. Yeah. Okay. So another way to find the matching colors, especially like if you don't really want to kind of like eye it out, you know, maybe this is like a more quicker way to do it. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to export this as a JPEG. I'll just call it flower. I'm going to save it to my desktop. Okay. And then you're going to go over here to extract, add your image. I'm going to add my flower that I just saved. And then right here, you can actually pick out your colors. So I'm going to add this. Let's make a palette. So I'm going to just slide this one over here. I'm going to add it to my palette. I'm going to call it flower, and I'm going to save it. However, the only like true way to get these colors into Illustrator is to add to swatch, add to swatch. So let's go back over here. Let's find our purple that we just saved, and we'll find our yellow that we just saved. And like that, we now have Pantone colors in our design. So I think that's like probably like the easiest way. I do think like you do have to do that extra step of like saving the JPEG and then putting it back in, but I think it saves you that hassle of like kind of guessing what color is most accurate to your CMYK color. It's kind of like takes the relief off of that. But yeah, so that's pretty much the extension. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you learned a lot about Pantone Connect, and make sure to leave a comment below if you have any questions. Thank you for watching.